All right, we're ready to go.
Well, just like I was saying a little while ago, my uncle had a mines up by the falls, and my father used to work up there, and I went up with him one day and I told him I'm gonna go take a walk in the woods and look around. And he says, if you see a bear, just reach back, get a handful of shit, and throw it right in his face. I said, where am I going to get this shit? He says, don't worry, just reach back and it'll be there. And I always remember that one. And then, do you know the difference between an Irish wake and an Irish wedding?
No, what is that?
Well, at an Irish wake, there's always one less drunk. He's in a coffin.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Do you remember how you met Mom?
Well, there was a buddy of mine, Joe Melendrick, and I went to his house and he had made arrangements for me to meet a girl that he knew. And Ma was over there, you know. And I picked out Ma instead of the girl that he had taken there for me. And that was it. I never ever had any other girl but Ma.
Well, I think that's lucky for a whole lot of members in our family that you picked Mom, because otherwise there's a whole bunch of us that wouldn't be here.
Yeah. And she used to, like as you kids would get older, like, she said, well, I want another baby. And I remember my brother Joe, when I first started going with Ma, he says, now if you ever get to where you're having sex with her, he says, don't trust a condom. He says, just yank it out and catch it in a hanky or a towel or something. Because it says, don't trust a condom. And that's the way that I do it. And then like Ma'd start insisting on having another baby, and then I'd start letting it go, and she'd be pregnant on the first shot, you know. And then the one time she was ready for having a baby, I took her up to the hospital, and I met Dr. Touch, and he's got his pajamas on. And I said, what are you doing here? He says, well, he says, when your wife gets ready to deliver, she delivers. Not tomorrow, maybe today, when she comes up here. So he says, it's a very quick delivery and very uncomplicated. So that's why if you would check you kids, you'd see that there was years like between when each one of you were born.
Mm-hmm.
And then we lived by the railroad tracks, and I remember it was right by where the switchman took care of throwing all the switches for the freight trains, and he run over and run into our house, and there's going to be a big wreck out there. There's going to be a big wreck. And here, he didn't get the chance to, like there was a train coming out of the yard, and this train's coming up, going to go in the left side going to Oneana. And sure enough, he's, you know, he told us all, look out here, look out, you're going to see a big wreck. And boy, when that engine hit the other train, wow, you should have seen it, the way the steam flew up, you know, 'cause it busted the boiler like, you know.
So that was by where you lived up there?
Yeah,
The big
yeah,
crash?
right. Well, from here to the garage, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And there used to be quite a few wrecks. Then there was one time that a brakeman, they didn't put all the brakes on, and he got about 20 cars ready to go to Oneana. And they came loose because there was no air brakes on. And they took off. And they would go by the crossings before the gates had a chance to go down, you know. And he made it, or that, all them cars, they made it down to wherever, you know, that racetrack that's down there,
The Downs?
the Downs. They went down to all the way that far, and then they got up to the top of the hill, and there's a level spot that they stopped on their own. That was quite a thing to see and hear about.
Runaway train.
Yeah, and there was there was over 20 cars in it, you know. So if anything had gotten away, boy, it would have been pulverized.
Well, you just had 2 grandchildren that just had birthdays. Savannah and Justice. So if you'd like to tell them happy birthday, I'm sure that they would
Well,
love that.
Happy birthday to Savannah and Justin.
All right.
And who is Justin's kid?
Justice is Angel's son.
Oh, that's down in Florida.
Yeah.
And I don't hardly know any of them kids there.
Well, they need to get up here and visit, right?
Yeah.
Get to know them better. All right. Well, thanks for your time today, and I'll be back for some more of your stories on some other days.
Yeah, if I can think of any more tall tales.
All right. Thanks.